In life, we all depend on one another, on success, development, and many more things. This is the same with every nation in the world. I am Kathy Matura, coming with Know Your Development Partner program, where you get to know more about Malawi's development partners towards the attainment of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by 2030.
Hello viewers and a warm welcome. I'm your hostess Kathy Matura, bringing Know Your Development Partner program, a platform where we bring in various development partners who are instrumental in assisting the government of Malawi in uplifting lives of Malawians. Today we are privileged to host His Excellency Satoshi Iwakiri. He is the Japanese ambassador to Malawi. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Welcome to my visit. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Your Excellency. So we are here in Lilongwe at his official residence. Your Excellency, can you tell the viewers at home when the Japanese embassy opened their doors into Malawi, and how many years you are into your tour of duty to Malawi?
Thank you. The embassy was established in January 2008. So I think the 13 years has passed. But the diplomatic relations with Malawi, since the Malawi's independence, we have diplomatic relations. So we have a very long history.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. So, as this program is Know Your Development Partner, you as the Japanese in Malawi, you have areas of focus that you are concentrating in. Can you share with our viewers at home these areas that you are focusing on?
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to introduce the three priorities of our development assistance here in Malawi. We have three pillars in this group. Well, the first one is infrastructure, and the second is the agriculture, and the third is the human resources development. And we have three pillars in this country for the development assistance. One is the infrastructure, and the second is agriculture, and the third is the human resources development.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. One area of focus that caught my interest there is infrastructure. Can you go on and share a bit of more detail with our viewers in terms of infrastructure? Yes. What exactly you are doing on the ground, or what you have done, or what you plan to do?
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you very much. And infrastructure is our main component for the assistance in this country. And for example, as you know, maybe all of the Malawians know that, for example, the Council International Airport, that we just make a preparation for the expansion for the terminal buildings and etc. And also we have already committed last year that we are going to make a new road construction in Lilongwe city. And this project will be by the grant assistance from our government. And also the energy sector, after a few months later, we are going to open the Tesani hydropower plant, the Tesani 4 hydropower plant. And I think it will be contribute to improving the electric condition in this country, I hope.
Do you have some key highlights, some milestones that you can share with the viewers at home?
Yeah, thank you very much. Talking about the agriculture, we are considering about the market-oriented agriculture. You know, I just came here in 2019 December. I just stayed here only 1 year and 4 or 5 months. Okay. But as far as I know, there are many farmers in Malawi, and then I think the increasing of income for the farmers are very important factor to grow here in Malawi. In that sense, but the JICA, the Japan International Cooperation Agency, the JICA is now considering the market-oriented agriculture, and also they are trying to promote the rice production for the export, especially the north area, north of Malawi and the south of Malawi.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I think you're very right on that, because I've attended a number of agricultural fairs in Blantyre where this organization, OVOP, they are working with different women. I see them, they are doing honey, they are doing cassava flour, they are doing rice. So that's something very commendable, Your Excellency. You had mentioned 3 areas that you are involved in, that's agriculture, infrastructure, and human resources. Share with our viewers briefly what exactly you are doing in terms of human resources development in Malawi.
Thank you. Personally, I think the human resources development is very important. Maybe for me, the #1 priority for me, because here in Malawi, you have 18 million people here in Malawi, and I think that these people are treasure of your country. So in that sense, the Japanese government, also I myself wants to think that the human resources development is very important. That's why I think since 1976, the 3,584 trainees come to Japan, go to Japan, and then they study so much, and also we get accept the scholars from your country to Japan. And also we have the new program talking about the Abe initiative. Abe is the African business program for the African youth, for the youth. Then we accept with the Japanese enterprises, and then these people can study at the universities to get a master's, and at the same time the Japanese enterprises provide the occasion of the OJT, the on-the-job trainings, and then if they have good matching, they can work in Japan. Also, they will come back to Malawi, and then here in Malawi, they are making a new enterprises, and the Japanese enterprises, will support to him or to her.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Actually, education, you are right, it is a very important aspect, because you as Japan, you are technologically advanced, so it's something that we greatly appreciate in Malawi, that you are equipping our youth with the much needed skills and expertise. So that's something very commendable. So it's equally important, if I can say.
I just want to mention,
yes,
speaking about Japan, about 76 years ago, our country has nothing. Japan has nothing after the war. Even the infrastructure, not only in Hiroshima or Nagasaki, but also in Tokyo, there is nothing. We start below zero, but we have only the human resources. So our government strongly promote the education to all the children in Japan. Also, they spend much money to the science technology. That's why Japan now developed like this. I think our experience is very important, especially for Malawi. That's why I always consider that the human resources development is very important. Of course, in Japan we have no natural resources. We don't have oil, we don't have coal, nothing. But we have only the people.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that insightful sharing. I'm sure policymakers and decision makers who are watching this view, considering the current impasse between Teachers Union of Malawi and the Malawi government, they are taking a note and they will also really take the issue into consideration. Yes, Your Excellency,
Yes.
the current trending issue globally is COVID-19.
COVID-19, yes.
COVID-19, it has affected everyone, every nation around the world.
Yes.
Can you share with viewers at home what you as the Japanese embassy or the representative of the Japanese government in Malawi are doing to assist Malawi in terms of the COVID-19 fighting, considering that it has affected a lot of income, a lot of people have lost their jobs, a lot of people who could do business cannot do business, everything is lean. What are you doing as the Japanese embassy?
Yes, thank you very much. We Japanese government make a cooperation to the COVID-19 in Malawi. Mainly the three schemes. One is through the UN organization. Our Japanese government contribute about 3 billion Malawi kwacha through the 3 agents in the UN here in Malawi for against the COVID-19. Yes, COVID. No, this is just to contribute toward the UN organizations like UNDP,
UNDP,
and UNICEF and UNHCR.
Okay.
Yes, and totally the 3 billion of the Malawi kwacha. And the second point is I have already signed with the Minister of Finance last year that we Japanese government give directly to the Ministry of Health here in Malawi about 2 billion Malawi kwacha for providing some of the medical equipments to this country. I think now your ministry is now considering which the equipment is the best for the yes. So maybe until this July, the equipment will be identified. Also, that we will provide the maximum 2 billion Malawi kwacha. And also you mentioned the COVAX, but COVAX maybe I will say later. But here in JICA also provides some small-scale assistance to the Ministry of Agriculture. For example, for the telework, they provide the personal computer or tablet to the Ministry of Agriculture, or to the Lilongwe Water Board. They gave some sanitations, and other medicines for the health to the Lilongwe Water Board. And also I think the Ministry of Health, we provide the masks and face shield or something like that. It's not so big amount, but the JICA has already donated to these ministries.
So you have shared with the viewers how much you've invested, how much JICA has contributed towards various parastatals and institutions. And it looks like COVID is something that is here to stay, that we should just learn to live with. So please share with the viewers at home on whether you as the Japanese have any plans to keep on assisting the government of Malawi in terms of the pandemic fight.
Frankly speaking, we don't have a scheme to donate some vaccine to each country, unfortunately. But as you mentioned, through the COVAX, we Japanese government has already contributed $230 million US. And then I think the most important thing is the after Corona or the post Corona. So I'm not started to discuss with the Malawian government
Okay.
But after the stable of this condition, I strongly want to start the discussion with the Malawian government, what the Japanese government can do for the Malawian people. Then I think not only the medical matter or the health matter, but also for the reconstruction of economy or social. I think there are many programs after Corona in all over the world, not only Malawi, but all over the world. In that sense, I just want to start the discussion with the Malawian government.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. You mentioned that you have been in the country since December 2019.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a while. In 2021 January, our president launched the Malawi Vision 2063.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you have heard about it and you have gone through the blueprint.
Yes.
How do you rate it in terms of its achievability?
Mm-hmm. Yes. About the Malawi Vision 2063, I think the plan is a very excellent plan, and I think the making the purpose for the development, show to all the nations the vision of the development is a very important. So I really appreciate the Malawi Vision of 2063, but it's very, very far. After 42 years later.
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, I myself think that, of course, step by step, we would like to contribute the Malawi Vision, the 2063. In that sense, we Japanese government leads the TICAD. The Tokyo International Conference for Development of Africa, for Africa. For 30 years.
Okay.
Then each time we are a very big commitment to all the African countries, including the Malawi. And then next year, the 2022. We are going to have the TICAD conference TICAD conference 8 in Tunisia. And also maybe toward the TICAD 8, we would like to consider what shall we do, and also as you know, the all over the world we are now enduring about the main effort to the purpose of the SDGs. It's the target of the 2030. So I think the short and the mid-term target, maybe we should consider about the TICAD, also the SDGs. But the more distance, maybe we have in 2063. I mean, the Malawi Vision 2063. That's why step by step, we just want to make a cooperation to the Malawi, the TICAD process, also to achieving the SDGs, and also the
viewers, you are watching Know Your Development Partner program. We take a short break and we'll be right back.
In life, we all depend on one another, on success, development, and many more things. This is the same with every nation in the world. I am Kathy Matura, coming with Know Your Development Partner program, where you get to know more about Malawi's development partners towards the attainment of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by 2030.
Welcome back, viewers. Here with me, Kathy Matura, with Know Your Development Partner program. Today we are privileged to have His Excellency, the Japanese Ambassador to Malawi, His Excellency Iwakiri. You as development partners, one thing that, like you mentioned, that you consider when you're giving out aid and assistance to various countries, you look at the corruption levels. So I would like you to share with the viewers, is there anything specific that you are doing as the Japanese Embassy in Malawi, at least to help the Malawi government in fighting the ill of corruption?
Mhm.
Yes. Are there any special initiatives that you are involved in?
Unfortunately, generally speaking, we don't have any make some strongly relations with these matters with the Malawi government.
Okay.
But generally speaking, as I said that for the training programs in Japan concerning about the anti-corruption, we are always open to the Malawi government if some the public servant wants to come to Japan and study about anti-corruption.
Okay.
And we always open for anything about the corruptions.
Okay. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. So now we have been talking about the issue of energy when we started the program. Now, Japan is a technologically advanced country as compared to Malawi. Are there any initiatives that you also have in place to promote business between Japan and Malawi?
Yes, this is one of my headache myself.
Okay.
Because as I said, the ticket rate or the last ticket 7, we Japanese government committed about the promotion of the private investment to African countries.
Okay.
But unfortunately, under this COVID-19 condition, the Japanese private company cannot promote or cannot invest to all the African countries, not only Malawi, but also all of the African countries. So I myself think that I have to accelerate I have to accelerate the follow-up of the ticket 7.
Okay.
But generally speaking, as I said about the ABE initiative, the ABE, the African Business Initiative for the youth, African youth. I think the embassy side should more active. Should be more active because there are many scholars coming back from Japan to Malawi, but they are having another job, or they are now trying to make a new enterprise, but they have no money or they no fund for starting the new business. So in that case, I myself and the embassy have to follow up these people who has relations with Japan. We would like to give the hand to all the students from coming back from Japan.
Okay.
And also as a matter of fact, I'm very surprised that there are many Japanese second-hand or third-hand cars in Malawi.
Yes, I was going to come to
Yes,
that as well.
because the handle, the right side is the same as Japan. So it's very easy to import the second or third hand of the Japanese auto car from Japan to import it to Malawi.
Okay.
But maybe they are lacking of the spare parts or something like that. In that sense, maybe I should ask some enterprise in Japan. They are providing the auto cars spare parts or something. Okay. Then if they come here and then they give the chance to many people in Malawi to make a new business here, maybe I can help them if it's possible.
Are there any business opportunities for Malawians? What is it that we have in Malawi that can probably be exported to Japan? Are there such opportunities? Yes.
In these matters, I always consider, frankly speaking, the main the goods for the export maybe here in Malawi, the tobacco, coffee, or the tea, or rice, etc. And as you know, the JTI, the Japan Tobacco Corporation here in Malawi, Malawi.
Okay.
I think they are maybe one of the biggest exporter or importer, yes, of tobacco leaves.
Okay.
But the world trend, the tobacco,
Yes, tobacco
is
is
now
health
decreasing very
regulations.
difficult, and also sometimes some NGOs they pointed out that the young boys and girls are working in
Child labor
yes,
these
that's
days.
right. So it's very difficult. But I think here in Malawi, the agriculture is the goods of agriculture is excellent.
Okay.
Not only the crops, but also the fruits or the vegetables and others. I think there is a possibility for the export to the other countries. I think not only Japan, but the countries of Africa.
How's the relationship at the moment between the Malawian government and the Japanese government?
Of course. Thank you very much. Indeed, I think the bilateral relations of Japan and Malawi are so excellent. I think, and always the Malawi government always support our government, like the UN or other international relations. Always the Malawi government support our government. But this is my personal opinion. But I really love the people of Malawi, not only the people of the government, but also the farmers or the people in rural areas or students or my neighbors, even my neighbors.
Thank you very much.
They are also warm and very kind to us. I really love the Malawian people. So these things, maybe not only myself, but also the many Japanese feels that the Malawian people are very so kind and very good people. That's why in that sense maybe this kind of things is very important, not only between the person to person, but also the country to country. So I strongly hope that I would like to make effort for all the Malawian people here.
Any last words to the viewers at home watching right now?
Okay, I want to mention about the minority sports. Japan has an old sports like judo, karate, and kendo. These sports are very traditional sports in Japan. But here in Malawi, there are many athletes learning about judo, kendo, karate, and then every year we Japanese embassy has some championship that we sponsor, and then every athlete will gather just one place and they enjoy the judo, kendo, karate here. And as I said, that these sports are mainly brought by the Japanese young volunteers. And as I said, that the JOCB, the Japanese Young Volunteers, we have 50 years history. In that sense, there are many athletes in Malawi playing judo, kendo, karate. And then the quality and their power is very strong. I think very nice athletes in Malawi. I just want to emphasize about sports.
You are with me, Kathy Matura, your hostess for Know Your Development Partner. Today we were hosted here at the Japanese Embassy in Lilongwe. Thank you for watching and keep it rainbow.
On one another, on success, development, and many more things. This is the same with every nation in the world. I I am Kathy Matura, coming with Know Your Development Partner program, where you get to know more about Malawi's development partners towards the attainment of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. Only on Rainbow Television, the moment of truth has come.